Hey hun, I'm Chloe and this is the jazz split tutorial. My mission is to share my passion for pole dancing and make pole dancing easy to learn and accessible. This is the 18th video of the beginner pole trick tutorial series. In order to maximize your training out of all the videos, I highly recommend you to start from the very first video of this playlist, as the tricks will be a progression of the video before. The jazz split is a really cute trick tutorial. I really like this trick, so we shall break it down. This video is mirrored for your ease of learning. I'll also have a red wristband on my right wrist and my right ankle to indicate the right side of my body if you do get confused of the directions. This trick tutorial is created for you for informational and educational purposes only, and for you to enjoy learning pole dancing from the comfort of your own home. Please participate at your own risk and don't work beyond your capability, and seek help or spotting when necessary. For any health concerns, please make sure to seek professional medical advice. Please also make sure you warm up your body before you start this video. I also have a warm-up playlist depending on your level under the playlist warm up, so that you can try before you do the tricks. If you enjoy this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up so that I know to create more of these kinds of videos, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet so that you are notified every single week I upload a video. If you're looking to further your pole journey and combining tricks and dance together, then consider signing up for my online learning platform, Pole Art Vault, where we put all the tricks together into a combo and learning an entire routine with combos and dance together. You can find the link in the description below for further information. Without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. Rightio, let's get into our conditioning. Now with our conditioning, we are going to do two different types of conditioning today. For our wrist and then also for our biceps. So, let's start off with sitting on the floor. So you're going to come and sit on your ankle. Now if you have weak ankles, you can just like sit on your side, and that's totally fine as well. Now I'm just gonna sit on my ankle because I'm just used to this position. Now from here, you're going to place your fist onto the floor. So make sure that your thumb is over your fist, and then you're gonna push your fist into the floor. Now from here, you're going to start rocking forward so that your bum is lifted off, and then you're going to rock back. Now I'm going to just try this from the side so they can see. We want to really strengthen those wrists for the jazz split. So you're going to push your fist into the floor, lifting your bum off, push, and then coming back down. And then you're going to push, and then coming back down. Good, and then we've got two more. Good, make sure you're really shifting all that weight into your wrist. And last one. Beautiful, well done. Alrighty, we're going to start rotating our wrists in one direction and then to the other direction. Good, and then you're gonna flick your wrist up and then down. Up and then down. Beautiful, well done. So there's your first conditioning done. Now let's move on into our next one. So this time, for our second conditioning, you are going to stand right in front of the pole, and then you're going to grab the pole with whichever hand you want to. We're going to start off with, say, our right hand. Now from here, you're going to make sure that your whole entire body is nice and straight. You're going to start leaning all the way out, keeping your arms straight. From here, you're going to twist your body out so that you're pushing your chest away from the pole. You're going to pull yourself back in, and then pulling back only using your arms. So make sure that your body is straight the whole entire time. You're going to extend your arm all the way so that your elbow is straight. You're going to turn your chest out, turn it back in, and then you're pulling yourself back. Beautiful. So we've got two so far, so we're going to do two more on that same side. So you're going to reach out, elbow extend, reaching your chest out, turn it back in, pulling yourself back. Good, one last one. Extend your elbow, turning your chest out, turn back towards the pole, pulling back in. Beautiful, well done. All right, you're gonna do your other side. So you're gonna grab the pole with your left hand this time. Good. From here, you're going to extend your elbow, Make sure your body's straight, turn your chest out, turn it back in, pulling yourself back. Extending your elbow, turn your chest away, turn back, pull back in. Nice, you got 2 more. Extend, chest out, turn back, pull back in. Good, last one. Chest out, turn back, and pull yourself back in. Well done. There is your 2 conditioning done for your jazz split. Radio, let's go straight into our jazz split. Now you can try this on a spin pole or static, but again, as always, I shall be doing it on a spinning pole. This is what your jazz split looks like. Alrighty, let's break down our jazz split. Now, in order to get your jazz split, you would have had to do your Hello Boys and also the Daphne tutorial. So make sure that if you haven't done the Hello Boys, Hello World, or if you haven't done the Daphne yet, make sure that you do your Daphne and then Hello Boys in that chronological order before you try this one. And that's gonna help you condition your body and also your wrists to get your jazz split. So, let's try our jazz split. You're going to come onto your toes as always. Now from here, I'm going to give you 2 different options in terms of entry since you are getting better at this if you've been doing your other trick tutorials. You can either get your hand in front of your chest and then tummy onto the pole, and then you can pull yourself up into a sit. Now, if that is too tricky, then you can get both of your legs in front of the pole, leaning a little further back, crossing your inside ankle over your outside, and then twist your body, lifting your leg up into your sit. There's your 2 different options. However, if you have been doing all the beginner pole trick tutorial series, I do sort of start to expect you to be able to pull yourself up into a sit. So try that as your option, preferably. So now you're going to come onto your toes, both hands in front of your chest, and then you're going to pull yourself into a sit. Inside ankle on top of your outside ankle, hip tilting over to your bottom leg. From here, you're going to slide your top hand down to where your shoulder is, or even a little lower if you can. Outside hand goes underneath, thumb facing up, grabbing the pole. So make sure your thumb isn't facing down, thumb facing up. From here, you're going to bring your inside leg off. You're going to drop your outside leg towards you, so opening it sort of into a straddle, and then you're going to kick your back leg behind you and think about squeezing your bum, kicking your ankle all the way to your head, pushing your chest away from the pole, if you can, thrusting your hip forward and arching your back. And there is your jazz split. To come out, you're gonna grab the pole back and then rolling yourself up, and there you have it. Well done. All right, let's try it on your other side. So hand in front of your chest, coming onto your toes. You're gonna pull yourself up into a sit, inside ankle over your outside. Really remember to hip tilt. Don't forget your hip tilt. Sliding your top hand down to where your shoulder is, or a little lower. Outside hand goes underneath your bum, thumb facing up. From here, you're gonna start kicking your leg, outside leg forward, kick your inside leg back, thrusting your hip forward, arching your back, pushing your chest away from the pole. And there you have it. There is your jazz split. Squeeze your thighs back and coming out. Well done. Now let's go through some tips and common mistakes. Common mistake number 1, sitting on your hand. Now, it sounds a bit weird because it looks like you are like entirely sitting on your hand, but your hand is merely there to sort of support yourself. So when you are in your jazz split, make sure that you're not sitting entirely on your hand. Now, in order to not sit entirely onto your hand, you have to make sure that you are hip tilting. The more you hip tilt, the more grip you will have on your upper part of your thigh. So most of your grip should be on your upper part of your thigh, on your outside leg. Outside leg is your key. So when you are extending your leg, it's the leg that is extended, that's your outside leg. So the grip point should be right up here. And again, if you feel like you don't have that grip on your body, make sure you get some body grip on your upper part of your thigh. Make sure you lather all that shaving cream or whatever body grip you have on your upper part of your thigh, and also in your inner part of your thigh for that pole sit before we get into your jazz split. Those are all the grip points that you're going to need. Now, if you feel like your hands are sliding down, make sure you invest into your hand grip as well, or the link will be in the description for those that are looking to get some suggestions for hand grip and body grip. Make sure you wipe down the pole as well. Now, let's go through the grip point for your jazz split. Now, if you feel like you're a bit confused with your jazz split or the positioning of it, you can try from a seated position. So what you're gonna do is you're going to straddle the pole with both of your legs. From here, you're going to extend your outside leg, and then you're going to place the pole right where your bum crease is. There is your leg positioning. From here, your inside knee folds in, and then you're going to kick it backwards. Now from here, you're going to push your chest away from the pole, and then you're going to extend, and there is your jazz split. So remember to really get that butt crease onto the pole. Now, once you get into your jazz split, in terms of getting into the correct positioning, and then in order for your jazz split to look really pretty, make sure that you're pushing your chest away from the pole as much as possible and thrust your hip forward. So rather than hunching your back, think about reaching your chest out, thrust your hip forward. So from here, you see how like I'm almost arching my back, thrust my hip forward, arch your back, and then look back or look over your outside shoulder. And that's gonna help you make your jazz split look that extra bit elevated and making it look really, really good. If you feel like you're not having enough grip, it also may be the fact that there's material interfering with your legs. So for this jazz split, you are really going to need shorts or pole shorts that ride all the way up. So you're really gonna need your upper thigh exposed. So if you're wearing shorts or maybe like biker shorts or some sort, then make sure that you ride your shorts all the way up so that your upper part of your thigh is exposed. And that's gonna help you with your grip as well. Now, sometimes the reason why you can't get into the right positioning of your jazz split and not having that grip on your upper thigh is because you're not hip tilting enough. Hip tilting is super, super crucial. We tend to forget this a lot when we're coming into a trick. So make sure that when you're coming into your sit, even before you come into your sit, that you are already tilting your body over. So the more you tilt your body over, so if I'm leaning forward and then to the side, it is much easier for me to hip tilt. So if you're struggling to hip tilt, then remember to lean forward already before you come into your sit, and that's gonna allow you to get into the right positioning and get that right amount of grip on your upper part of your thigh. Now, the last key point is to make sure that you kick your leg, your inside leg, to your head. So, the more you kick your inside leg towards your head, you're going to create that sort of really nice, extended, elongated jazz split. And there you have it. There is gonna be your really pretty jazz split. And there is all the tips and common mistakes I wanted to go through. Now, my mindset tip for today. This is about comparing yourself to other people. Now, this is a very natural thing for us human beings to do, to compare yourself to others and seeing other people progress and feeling maybe like you're not doing enough or you're not good enough or you're not cut to do a certain sort of activity or whatever it is. Now, comparison is sometimes healthy depending on the mindset you have. If you feel like you're very driven and motivated by comparing yourself in a healthy way, then I don't find it an issue. But if you are comparing yourself and if you are putting yourself down because of comparing, then just think about it this way. When you're comparing yourself to another person, how are you basing your comparison on? What I mean by that is, how do you know what their journey is like? How do you know how much time they're investing into the particular activity? How do you know what is the quality of their productivity is? How do you know what your energy level is on the day? And also, how do you know what they've been going through in terms of their history of the particular activity? Say, for example, with pole dancing, if you have a sport background, you are obviously going to have the upper hand. Say, for example, maybe if you are not eating or sleeping well, you are obviously going to not be able to perform your 100%. Or maybe if you are investing X amount of time into the particular activity, or pole dancing, I should say, that maybe the quality of the time you're investing into pole dancing is not something of comparison to someone else. And there is no way that you can compare yourself in terms of quality of time or the history or like the amount of time you spend on pole dancing. Or even anatomy. There's so many different aspects when you are comparing yourself to another person and your journey is completely different to someone else. There is no base of comparison whatsoever. So, next time you are starting to compare yourself to someone else, make sure you think about this. There is nothing you can compare yourself in terms of your journey. Your journey is very unique to yourself. So, enjoy your journey. Enjoy your learning process, and all you need to do is compare yourself to the person you were yesterday. Maybe you can just do that one step better than you did yesterday, or maybe you can just do that one little thing that you can improve yourself to be a better person tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me and Chetty in the jazz split tutorial. We hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you in the very next tutorial. Bye! Wait, what trick did I just do? Oh, jazz split. He's sleepy. My sleepy baby. You want to say hi? Thank you. Thanks for joining me.